Hello, young cinephiles. Today, I will be teaching you about the genre action thriller. You'll be learning about the three conventions that make up this genre. Those three conventions are fight scenes, chase scenes, and scenes that build up suspense. Now let's take a step back. What is action thriller? Well, it's really a hybrid genre. It takes action and thriller and creates its own genre. It takes elements of action and thriller and creates a high-stakes narrative filled with suspense and physical action. I will be showing you three different scenes from two different movies that display these conventions. The movies that I have today are John Wick and James Bond. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, so the convention here is fight scene and the technique is match cut. So let's watch the scene, then I'll talk about it. Okay, so what we've just seen is John Wick fall about 25 feet onto a wood floor. Now, what are we actually seeing here on the screen? Well, the director made a choice to use the technique match cut here. A match cut is a film editing technique where a transition between two shots is made smoother by visually or audibly matching the elements from the preceding scene to the subsequent one. Here is a clip from the director on how this falling scene came to life.
As a match cut, basically the stunt double did a fall over the railing to boxes. And then we matched the fall. In camera, we pick the stuntman up off the ground on a wire, match his position in the air, and then release him and drop him to the floor.
When they just always sit you up and you're just looking down, obviously you have some protective gear on underneath the clothes, but when you're hanging about 4 feet off the ground and they're like, and action! Free fall to really hard wood floor.
Ideally, they stitch it together in post, and it looks like he went over the railing to the floor.
Okay, so moving on to the next convention, we have chase scene, and the technique used here is green screen, or CGI. Again, let's watch the clip, and then I'll talk about it. Okay, so this scene might be a little over the top. I mean, 6 motorcycle ninjas with samurai swords. But hey, it's hitting right at home with the action aspect of this genre. Now, what are we actually seeing here? This is called CGI, or green screen. CGI means computer-generated image. What they are able to do with green screen is isolate the subject in the frame and put any kind of background or setting around that subject in post-editing. Here's a look at what filming this scene actually looked like. So here's the last convention, suspense, and the technique here is cross-cutting, and this is James Bond.
What kept you?
Okay, so this is classic suspense. The main character, James Bond, is defusing a bomb that is going to blow the building up and kill everybody. And the scene even has a countdown timer on the bomb to build up even more suspense. But the main thing used here to build suspense is a camera technique, cross-cutting. Cross-cutting is also known as parallel editing, a technique where the editor intercuts scenes between two or more locations, often to suggest that the events are happening simultaneously or to create a sense of suspense. So in this scene, we go from a tight shot of James Bond stressing out to a shot of the military rushing to get there in time to help him defuse the bomb. It's pretty cool. So today, you learned about the genre action thriller and 3 of the conventions that can be found in this genre. Those 3 conventions were fight scenes, chase scenes, and suspense scenes. Now, if you watch a movie and you see any of these conventions happening, you'll be able to point out if you're watching an action thriller, and maybe you'll be able to see if any of the techniques I talked about today were used to make these scenes come to life. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.